that the past 12 months have been clearly shaped by the full implementation of the banking union and the full implementation of both CRD4 and the BRRD, so the full construction of the European Union, with all what that means for the banking sector. Clearly a great focus on capital, a great focus on higher capital requirements and better quality capital. And this obviously puts a lot of pressure on the banks, on the Portuguese banks in particular, because I think we have a lack of capital in Portugal and the ability to raise affordable capital. So this is clearly a challenge for the Portuguese banks in the current, well, it's been clearly a challenge for the Portuguese banks over the past 12 months. I think that the banks continue to face big issues around NPLs and assets that they need to get rid of. So again, the past 12 months have been again shaped by a lot of deleveraging in the banking sector, and we see a lot of portfolio sales and assets disposals and a lot of foreign investment interest. I think that these two things, so deleveraging, capital requirements and low profitability, a lot of it driven also by the very low interest rates, place the Portuguese banks in a very vulnerable situation, and naturally there's good appetite for cheap and good quality assets, so they're exposed to being taken by foreign investments, either Spanish investors or other nationality investors, and I think we will continue to witness concentration in the banking sector. Well, I think there's really a sort of trilemma. So again, capital requirements plus deleveraging plus the need to continue to finance the economy on a low profitability environment is a big challenge. So I think the banks probably need to reinvent themselves a bit. I think that the business model will need to be adapted to this new environment, and you will cease to see, big balance sheet banks, with a lot of deposit intaking and a lot of lending and doing a lot of other fancy things. I think there will be, shorter balance sheets, more concentrating on just the banking activity and the financing of the economy and generating the necessary confidence for the man in the street and the clients and investors. I think that there are, clearly great opportunities for the banking practice areas in law firms. I've mentioned concentration, so there is indeed a lot of M&A activity. All that has happened in the Portuguese banking sector over the past 12 months with resolutions of banks and a lot of regulatory decisions being taken has raised the profile of litigation in banking. So you see a lot of litigation in the Portuguese banking sector vis-à-vis the regulator, namely. So M&A, litigation, asset disposal, advising clients who are ready to buy assets and alternative sources of financing. So a lot of different players and different investors coming to the market looking to finance the economy in alternative to the banks. And also another key area I think will continue to be the ability to put in place the relevant regulatory capital instruments, because banks will continue to be forced to raise good and quality capital.